Good morning. We need to take a ride up above and check on the property and see if there's any more flood damage past that last culvert that we fixed. We finally have time to do that, but first I want to thank our friends over at Pookie e-bikes for sending us an e-bike. They said, Al, we saw what happened to your road. That last culvert got washed out and you couldn't get across it. Well, we want to send you an e-bike so when you go back up and out, if there's another washout, you can still get above because you can carry your e-bike over the ditch, through the woods, jump on it and take a ride and check out all of your property. So a huge shout out to Pookie e-bike for sending us their Boxer e-bike. We're gonna build that right now and get it charging. And if we're missing a culvert, we can still take the bike and get above it. I hope we don't have any more culverts washed out, but if we do, Pookie has got our back. I'm gonna have a link down below if you guys wanna check out Pookie. So let's get this thing assembled. I have no idea what it's gonna take. So when you order a Pookie e-bike, this is how it gets delivered to your door. So let's see what it's gonna take to build it. Man, that is some thick cardboard. That's like 1/2-inch thick cardboard. Look how good this is packed in here. We got our fat tires, foam. We have another piece of foam over there. Look at this nice cushy seat. Oh yes, it's gonna feel good on my tush. Another fat tire. So let's get this out of the box. I'm gonna probably cut it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yes, sir. In the accessory kit, we got some Allen keys. That's kind of cool. Some zip ties. Looks like some extra Allen bolts. Keep them in my pocket. Maybe an extra charging port cover. Cool. Bicycle tail light. Is that what this is? Nope, that's our charger. We're gonna need that. All right, so now we gotta put our handlebars in. Okay, next step. Oops, wrong way. This is gotta go into the brake. Turn it on. Hello, let's do this. Ooh. Oh, I need to charge my battery. Let's try it out though. We got a headlight. Got a horn. We got speeds. Boop, boop, boop. Got gearage. We got throttle. We can do a burnout. We're gonna charge this thing up before we take it out. She's charging. All right, while it's charging, it won't let me turn the LCD on. I guess it's a good thing. So we'll let this charge. All right, it is the next morning. I got the e-bike all charged up. We're gonna head out in the Can-Am, go check the trails, see if we can get through. If we can't, we'll come back, grab the bike. I'm hoping we can get through. We wanna know what up above looks like. We got 8.5 inches of rain a few weeks ago and we haven't been able to check up above. We fixed a couple of culverts, so now we can check up above. And we haven't yet, so today we're doing that. So let's get up there and see what it looks like. You gotta stay down here, Brutus. We don't know what we're gonna run into. You gotta stay down here and protect the animals.
Very curious to see what we find up above. Hopefully we just find normalness and nothing that we need to fix or anything, but we just don't know.
All right, so we have our main road that goes up to our 2 ponds, and then we have a bunch of trails off of that. So we had one culvert get exposed from all the big rain. We had another culvert completely washed out. So those are repaired. So now we can get above and check to see what the main road looks like. And then we're gonna go off and check out the trails and see how all of that is held up.
Do we have gas?
We got gas.
Okay. Air conditioner?
Yep, turn the AC on. All right, so we're coming up on the area where we had to fix the first culvert. The top of it was all washed out and exposed. So that's right here. Chipmunk.
Oh, there was a chipmunk. Second area.
So this is the culvert right here. We had to completely replace because it was missing. Get out, check it out, and see how everything looks. It is looking good. We actually have gotten over 3 inches of rain over the last 3 days. So everything is flowing good. I'm assuming the trails are gonna be muddy today because of all the rain we got. But everything is holding up good so far. We do have Hurricane Deb coming up here in a few days. There's one track she might take, and if she does, she's coming up our way. If she goes the other way, she's going more out to the coast, and we won't get affected. But right now they're saying she's coming inland, and we're gonna get it, and we can get a bunch of rain again. So that'll really test out everything.
Is it Deb or Debbie?
I'm not sure, I call her Deb.
Anyway, there's another hurricane coming up. And this is just not usual weather for us. And we had a lot of rain last year and we thought that was enough. This year, it is just beyond. You think it's break time or what?
No, when I was setting these stones, I was like, man, these look like a really nice place just to kind of sit by, fish, or just sit by here, eat your lunch, and enjoy listening to the water. Got like 3 little flat spots for sitting down. That side too.
Al's always looking for a nice place to eat his lunch. It's funny.
What's that?
You're always looking for a nice place to sit and eat your lunch.
Yep.
Peaceful
but I usually
place.
never really stop, so it's kind of funny that I'm always looking for places like that.
It is funny. You're always like, oh, this would be a nice place to have lunch. Oh, this would be a nice place to have a little picnic. Does he do it? We've done one, I think, this year, one time. So he does stop once in a while.
All right, we're gonna go up above to the first pond. I did walk up there when this culvert was blown out. I was like, man, I gotta at least go up to the first pond and see if that blew out. It didn't back then. We still should be fine. We'll head up that way. Then we'll go up to the second pond, hit the top of the road, and then we'll figure out what trails we wanna take and which directions we wanna go. Because we have trails. There's actually a trail up here on the right. That's where our tent is. We can go that way and then come up above to the big road, and then we could come back down. But then we have trails on the left and we have trails up above. So I think we're just gonna go straight, and we're gonna have to like go all different directions today to check out all the trails. This will actually give us a chance to check and see how many miles of trails we have. So I'm not gonna check the road. I can check that later, but once we get on the trails, I'll reset our odometer and I can see how long the trails are. We've never been able to do that before, because when we first got the trails all redone, because these are old logging roads, we just cleaned them up. We always had the tracks on our side-by-side, and when we had the tracks on our old side-by-side, it messes up the odometer, so it was never correct. And then I've just always forgotten to check the trails, so now we can check them and see how much old logging roads we have on the property.
If we can get through them.
That too.
So our tent's on this one, right?
Yeah, the tent's up
Our
here.
tent's up on this road. There is water by that, so we're not sure what we're gonna find.
That culvert we just drove over is good. I do need to get up here and mow, but
I was just thinking that.
I wasn't able to until we replaced that culvert, so.
A lot of mowing.
Yeah.
Good for the wildlife, you say?
It is. All right, so this is what I call the first pond. And this is the one we stock with trout. I'm just gonna go walk over there and see if we can see any trout swimming around.
Definitely needs to be mowed.
It does. We gotta come up here and mow.
I almost didn't recognize that we were there already.
Right. The pond is still cloudy. Okay, it was cloudy after the big rain, and it's staying that way. I don't know if that's showing up on camera or not. So we really can't see the fish swimming around. So normally this pond is clear and you can see not all the way to the bottom, but you can see on the edges to the bottom, you can watch the trout swimming around. Right now, nah, you can't see any of that. So I guess we're gonna have to come out and do some fishing and find out if the trout are still good. I'm thinking they're probably fine, but you never know with all the rain we've been getting and with how cloudy it is. Let's head further up and see how everything is. We have not been any further up than here. We have, I think, 3 or 4 more culverts up above. So it'll be interesting to see how those are held up. And then we got a couple of bridges. There's a lot of little creeks that run through the woods from runoff. So it'll be interesting to see how all that held up with the 8.5 inches of rain. Can't even see the road, it's so tall with grass.
Right? I think the plan was to mow shortly before the culvert went out, so
Yeah.
then we couldn't cross.
The other pond's right up here on our left. All right, so this is the second pond here on the left. We'll drive in there. So this pond looks fine. Let's
Yeah.
drive around the back side and make sure the dam hasn't got washed out any.
Wow, you're in water.
Wow, you can actually see to the bottom of this
I
pond
was
a little
thinking it
bit.
actually looked better, don't you?
Yeah. It's definitely full. Let's drive over here. Yeah, wow. All right, so this pond has always been cloudy, and right now it's not. I mean, it's brown, but I'll get the camera closer, maybe show you. You can actually see in there. We couldn't before. This pond, I don't know what feeds it. There must be a spring in there that feeds it, and there's no outlet. So I didn't know if it would come over and go over the bank, and if it did, it didn't wash anything out because it's still here, which is a good thing.
It's crazy because I can see down in there, and
So you can see
you can
down.
see down in there.
Yeah, you can actually see in there right now. This pond I would like to stock with bass or catfish or something, but the only hatcheries I can find in our area are trout, and I don't know if trout would survive in here because I don't see like a fresh flowing water source to aerate it and keep it oxygenated for them. So as far as I know, there's no fish in here. I have gone fishing in here once or twice, didn't catch anything. I put 2 catfish in here and they were like 3 inches long. That was all I was able to get from a hatchery one time. But there's no like local hatcheries that we can just go and pick up a bunch of catfish or bass. So it'd be nice to be able to stock this someday and get some. I would like to get catfish in here because catfish are good eating. So this would be like another food source, but maybe someday.
And we don't know how deep it is either.
I think we measured this one. It was like
Did we?
18 feet deep.
Did you go out in this one?
Yeah, we went on this one when it was frozen. I put a tape measure in the
Oh,
ground.
that's right. Frozen.
This was, I want to say this was like 18 feet deep. So it's deep in the center. We just don't know what feeds it. I'm assuming it's got to be a natural spring because it's never dried out, even in the summers that are dry. We haven't seen this pond dry out or even get that much lower. So, all right, let's head up above. We're almost at the top of the road, and there's some good ditches up there, and we're gonna cross a culvert right here, and that might be the last one. And then we got some bridges after that.
Getting all the grass seed in here.
Yeah, look at the grass seed all over the. So this right here is a culvert. Curious to see. I'll get out and check that one out. All right, so the culvert comes down here. That does not look like a very big culvert, but it is running. It didn't get washed out, so that is good. We got some raspberries right there. Like definitely you can tell it had some water flowing through it with some gravel. It's all right there. Look at all the grass seed.
Excuse me, it's all over my shirt and yours.
Look at that. Yep. Ready for harvesting. Your hair's covered in grass seed.
Nice.
I guess we'll have to close the windshield.
I liked it.
It was nice.
But now it's all over me.
So this is the top of the road. This would have been like the main landing area when they built, or when they first originally logged it. The road goes that way and they go up and all these ways, but I call like this the main road, and then I call the offshoot of these the trails. So let's get out. We got a bridge over here. We got a ditch here. Let's check this out before we start driving over everything.
The water sounds high.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the water flowing. Something was bedded down right here. Or maybe the water, I bet you the water had come over from here, washed out, and then swept this all across and then went down that way. Because over here we have our bridge. Yeah, look at this. I think we're lucky the bridge is still here. Because if you look, the water would have came over, swept all that down. Where you are is all matted down. So it came over the ditch. This is like a runoff ditch. Came down over here and then would have went down this way. We have some, oh, we got a little bit of damage here for sure. So yeah, we're gonna have to get some dirt and fill that in. Because the only reason why this bridge is standing is we're on a big rock right here. And that rock moved. That rock was back here, I bet you. And then these big rocks stayed in place. There's a rock there. I don't know if that moved, if that's where that stayed. I'm gonna say these rocks moved. Because they're like out in the middle. I'm trying to see if this got shifted. You can see all the debris there and over there. There is a hole here now. See that? Boom and boom. So that's gonna have to all get repaired. So going to this trail, luckily, as long as we can get over and through, we got one that goes this way. It'll go up around, come back down, and we can come back this way. We can also go down that way. We'll show you when we get out there. And then the trail also goes up and then back down over this way, and we can get over to where the tent is that way. So we have quite a few trails to check out. There's one more bridge like this down over there. I'm curious how that did. But I mean, the bridge is still here. We just got some repairs we need to make. So we gotta go that way. Needs four-wheel drive. Back up a smidge. Another crossing right here. This is looking good so far. This surprises me. This log, they turned into a culvert. Oh, let me show you. That is hollowed out all the way in. And it's still there. So the wooden culvert is still there and didn't get washed out. The metal culvert got washed out, but that one's still there. That is funny. All right, so now we gotta go up above. I can see the water came down here and matted out and came across and went back in this way. One good thing about the tall grass is that the roots should have held a lot of things together and not have let stuff wash out that easy. If this was all like bare dirt trail, this would have been washed out a lot more, I bet you. Have a trail that goes right here. I want to get above it and stop. Actually a lot better than I thought. Just remember to reset the trip, so it's going to be off a little bit, but not too much. Down here we have another old logging trail entrance, and it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. We definitely need a culvert or something here. It is deeper than it's ever been, for sure.
It came down right here.
Yeah, it came down there, and then it comes down this way, and then it goes that way. This used to just be a regular crossing, but yeah, that needs a culvert now. Check out this trail. We'll have to go back the road, go back down the far way, and then come back up, because this one will bring us to the tent. It does like a big side loop, so we're not gonna be able to cross right here right now. Thinking in my head, this is one of the worst areas that damage probably would have happened with the way that crossing is, but we do up here have more like little creek crossings, so I'm curious to see what those look like.
Big rock.
Yep. So that section of trail handled it pretty well. So let's continue up this way. This way up here is where I had to get a beaver out last fall. They were up here trying to dam up the road. So let's go up this way and see how that looks.
Wow, the trees are like bent over right here.
I think those trees must have got pushed over from the water. Because right here, we'll get a look.
Oh,
It looks, no, it looks good.
You think so? It looks deep.
No, this is good. If you went down that way, it would be, but where we are gonna cross, it's fine. So it's still flowing good. This is the last big rock. Wow, that thing's huge. I think it ate away the bit of the creek there. But where we drive, right here, we are good. We can get that way, and then not far up above is another one of these. So like that rock moved, because that would have been probably flat this way. But we got it for what we need right here. Now we got like our own little waterfall. That was never like that before. That was all just a slow taper. I wonder if it blew out the dam up there where the beavers were. All right, the next water crossing is right here. Let's see how this is doing. Wow, this
Much
one
water
is-
in it.
Nope. So I wonder if that dam, I'm wondering if that beaver dam blew out. I have to go check that out. So this one, the water definitely came down, you can see, but there's not much running in it. That other one is water's running a ton. So that makes me wonder if the beaver dam up above blew out and it's all running that way. So I'm assuming you'll hang out here. I'm gonna take a quick jaunt.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
I'm gonna take a quick jaunt up here in the woods. I have to know what happened up above. This is the area we caught the beaver last year, and we're going up to where their home at least used to be. I don't know. They could have got evicted from all the flooding. Whew, in here is definitely washed out. You can definitely tell the water came down here hard. This last year was a super narrow area. And oh, there's little fishies in it. You got a whole bunch of debris right here, and it's coming under. Beaver got that tree. Wow, this was all pond or water, whatever you want to call it, last year. This was all flooded out, full of water. Man, that took some force to blow that dam out. So this tells me a few things. There was a lot of water here, and this could have been part of what washed our road out, because we got 8.5 inches of rain. Then you figure all the water that was in this dammed up beaver pond, this dam broke, that just rushed down too. It's a lot of water. All right here, where you're seeing grass, was all underwater last year. All right, so it's like I was thinking, that whole dam got washed out.
No way.
Yeah, so that's probably what took out some of that water crossing back there, is 8.5 inches of rain, and then that dam blowing out, and then that bridge down below, you got 8.5 inches of rain and all that water coming out of that beaver pond. And that's why this isn't running that much, because this must have been overflow over here from the beaver pond. And now where it's just flowing out the way it's supposed to be going, this is drying up more and more. So let's head it up that way and see what else we find. This is high and dry. All right, we got a tree down and I didn't bring my chainsaw. I think we can get up over it. Oh yeah. Did you call for an Uber?
This one's bumpy.
Yep. So we can go right to another trail, but I want to go down to the bridge that we won't be able to cross, just to see how the rest of this is. And then we'll have to turn
I think there's more raspberries over here.
There used to be a bunch of raspberries up here. The raspberries used to be right here,
Yeah,
so they're gone.
Okay, the bridge is right here, right? Yeah.
Bridge is,
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit further up.
It's right there. I can see it. Yeah,
So,
right there.
All right, so that's the bridge. We did the loop up above. I didn't start the odometer right back here, and we went 1.5 miles. So I'm gonna say that would have been like 1 3/4 mile loop. We have a trail that goes to the right. That's the one we can't get across. We're gonna put a culvert in. We can't go across this bridge until we repair it. So now we're gonna back up and go back down the other trail. And there's another bridge like this down there. Ooh, there it is. I'm not sure what I'm seeing.
Oh, something not good. Maybe it's just a tree.
I think it's a tree on top of it. Okay, so wow. The water was up all the way to here.
Yeah, it was.
All right, so the water definitely came up over the bridge, went this way.
Oh yeah, look at it. It's all here. Did you see all the grass? It's all pushed. It's all pushed right here.
On one hand, it would have been cool to see how high the water was while it was all happening, but I'm glad I wasn't out here because you would have got swept away. A lot of this is all beaver chew.
Oh yeah.
This probably came from the dam when it blew out.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
That's crazy.
Do you think you're gonna be able to get that stuff out of that center?
Oh yeah. Yeah, even this stuff is all beaver chew.
Yeah, it's part of the dam. I don't think it helps me that it creaks like that. Cracks and creaks.
This old logging road just stops, and I don't think we're gonna be able to get down to where it ends. I think we're gonna have to turn around before that, but we're gonna find out.
What's going on right here?
This is where it ends.
Oh, this is the end.
I'm actually surprised we were able to make it here. I am really surprised we were able to make it to the end here. I did not think we'd be able to make it this far. Couple little rough spots, but drivable. So I'm happy with that. We need to be able to get out here and mow, but we're gonna have to wait to do that until it dries out. And we've got more rain coming. We're gonna head back out and we'll meet you guys over at the other trail. Made it to the end. I want to see if I can find a stick and see how deep that hole is. All right, let's see how deep it is.
A couple feet.
I wouldn't say a couple of feet, but probably 18 inches. 18 inches?
I don't know, I'll say a couple feet to me. Who's gonna win? Me or Al?
20 inches.
So we're in between. Who wins?
I said 18. You said 24. 18 is closer to 20. I win. That's still a pretty deep hole. So we could do an 18-inch culvert there. Easy if we wanted to. It's usually not running like that, but this year it is. All right, so now we're on the trail that leads directly to the tent. And that comes out down by where that culvert blew out, so it'll be interesting to see what we find on this leg. All the other areas, we had a couple of issues. That bridge we had to repair. We need a culvert for one area. But I mean, other than that, there's some stuff that's a little rutted up, but not terrible. It's all passable, all trailable. So I'm happy with what we found so far. Crazy that that beaver dam blew out. Now let's see what we find down this way. I think we gotta shut the windshield. All right, so we round this corner. We're gonna have a crossing, and then we're gonna have the tent. This is the area I think if we're gonna have an issue, is where it would be. So I'm kind of hesitant to turn the corner. I thought this was a pile of sand, but I think that's just a rock.
Yeah,
so that
that's
really
a rock.
had me worried. I was like, we had a blowout.
I see the tent.
I see the tent.
I see a lot of sand though. Do you
Yeah,
see?
a lot of washing. Lots of washing.
Well, don't just drive in it.
Looks like before we go in, I gotta get some wasp killer because I don't feel like getting stung. So that's like a white canvas tarp that goes over the tent. Got some string here. The deck is still there looking good. We got our stove right there. Our rocks are there. Somewhere over there is our fire pit. Little discoloration, but we can clean that up. Yeah, the water just must have come over here and came over this way and then down and under. We gotta take care of that thing before we dare go in. I don't want to get this up until they're gone. So all in all, that's in better shape than I thought it would be. All right, now we can head down that way and hit the road. I'm not thinking anything is gonna happen between here and there, but let's go find out.
I didn't know if the tent would be not even existing anymore, so that's
Right.
good. There's also this little bit of water.
Yeah, there's a groove right here, then it drops off a little bit. That got washed out a whisker.
Yeah, that wasn't like that.
No. That is new. That was just always a steady trail all the way down to here. That was never like that at all. So I think the water just started coming down here and just blew that out. That was a nice trail road. We drove my truck up there a couple of times when we were building the tent, so it was not a rough trail like that before. All right, so we went 3 miles, then we went half a mile, and then we just went 3/4 of a mile. So that's 4 1/4 miles of trails, old logging trails, not including the main road. I'll have to measure that sometime, because I don't know exactly how long that is. So that's 4 1/4. So that'd be a good little jog every day. Even though we didn't need the Boxer e-bike to go out on the trails today to check them out, we're gonna take this for a burn and see what it can do. This is gonna be really great to take out with Brutus, to burn some of Brutus's energy off when he gets a little wound up, because he is still a young pup. If any of you are looking for an e-bike, I'm gonna leave a link and a discount code for 50 bucks off a Pookie e-bike. Let's take this thing out and let's see what it can do. Brutus, he says he wants to go for a run. You want to go for a run, sir? Get some exercise. All right, we're going to turn it on. Hello. Let's see what we can do. One-handed with a camera. So this has different speeds for the e-bike part. You can pedal it as like a pedal assist. You can throttle it right here just for like a throttle. But then if you take your hand off the throttle and you pedal, it'll assist you, especially going uphill. One-handed isn't the best way to do this. You coming? Come on, get some exercise. Yeah, keep you in shape, mister, with this Pookie e-bike. Ah, I almost ran you over. You can't cut me off, dude. There's rules for that. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. Brutus. Good boy. You want to race? Good boy. I beat you, dude. Huh, you're so much younger than me and I beat you. I know, shameful. Shameful, shameful. I mean, I had an unfair advantage. I got an e-bike. I really like the power assist, so when you're pedaling, the motor kicks in a little bit. That works out really good. Now we got some of Bruce's energy out. Let's take this for a burn and see what we can do. All right, I can't lie. I really like the power assist because I'm not in as good a shape as I used to be. I'm in my 40s now and I haven't rode bike forever. So to have the power assist really helps me. It's really gonna help me get back into shape. So I'm excited for this. I've been wanting to get a little bit more in shape with like physical activity. Homesteading is physical activity, but it's not like a regimen. I found like I'm always constantly doing something, but it's not like a consistent workout. So getting back into biking, I'm looking forward to that. I used to do that a ton as a kid and I can already feel the burn in my legs, and I've only put 4.4 miles on this e-bike so far. If I was doing that without the power assist, I probably would be limping around right now. If you want to check out a Pookie bike, click the link down below and there's a promo code for 50 bucks off your purchase. I'm excited to get using this. I'm even more excited now that we know the trails are good and we can get around on the trails with this thing. So this is where we're going to end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. We have some repairs to make, lots of fun things going on. Hopefully the hurricane coming up, Deb, doesn't hurt us too much, but we're gonna find out. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. We upload a new video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Bye.